You're 21, and you do something almost nobody talks about. You cut up the credit card, not because you can't get one. You have 3 offers sitting in your email right now. 0% intro APR, cash back on everything. Points that turn into flights you'll probably never take. You cut them up anyway. You are not broke. You are not afraid of debt in the way someone who grew up watching it destroy things is afraid. You just decided. Cash only. Debit only. If the money isn't there, neither is the purchase. Your friends think it's strange. One of them gets a card with a $5,000 limit at 22 and immediately feels $5,000 richer. He is not $5,000 richer. He is $5,000 closer to a bill he hasn't received yet. You say nothing. You watch. You are 23. The phone breaks. A new one costs $800. You do not have $800 sitting loose in your account. You save for 6 weeks. You buy the phone. Your coworker buys the same phone that afternoon on his card and pays it off over 8 months with $60 in interest attached. You paid $800. He paid $860. Small difference. Same phone. Different math. You are 25, and the inconvenience is becoming a discipline. Every purchase requires the money to already exist. This sounds obvious. It is not obvious. Most people spend money that doesn't exist yet and spend the next several months working to replace it. You spend money that exists, then you stop. Your savings rate is 24%, not because you earn more than anyone around you. You don't, but because nothing leaves your account on credit. Nothing arrives as a bill 3 weeks after the feeling of buying it has already faded. Every dollar you spend, you felt leaving. That feeling, that small friction, is doing more work than any budgeting app you could download. You are 27, you want to buy a car. The dealership offers financing, 0% for 36 months. Everyone takes it. It's free money, they say. You save for 14 months instead. You buy the car in cash. A 4-year-old sedan, $11,400. Reliable, paid, yours. Your coworker buys new, $28,000 financed, $490 a month for 5 years. You have no payment. He has a payment that will outlast the new car smell by 4.5 years. You are 29, and something quiet has happened that nobody around you has noticed yet. You have no debt, not student loans. You worked through school and took the slower path and graduated without owing anyone anything. Not a car note, not a credit card balance, not a single recurring liability. Your net worth is $34,000. All of it positive, none of it borrowed. You are 30. A financial advisor your company brings in for a seminar tells the room that the average American your age carries $6,500 in credit card debt at an average interest rate of 21%. You do the math quietly. That is $1,365 a year, lighting itself on fire every year just to stay even, just to keep the balance from growing. You have been investing that $1,365 instead. You are 32. You buy a house. The mortgage officer pulls your credit score. She pauses. She says she doesn't see a credit card account anywhere. She asks if that's correct. You tell her it is. She explains that your score is good but not great because you have no revolving credit history. You pay a slightly higher rate, 0.4% more than your coworker who has 3 cards and carries a balance on 2 of them but has a longer credit history. You accept the rate. You make the payment. You do not open a credit card to fix a number on a report. You are 35. Net worth $112,000. The portfolio has been growing on automatic since you were 24. Index funds, total market, same boring funds bought on the same boring schedule. No debt has ever slowed the contributions. No interest payment has ever competed with the investment transfer for the same dollar. Every dollar going out went where you sent it, not where a balance dragged it. You are 38. A friend calls you. He has $23,000 in credit card debt, 4 cards, 3 of them maxed. He asks how you handle yours. You tell him you don't have any. The silence on the phone lasts longer than it should. He asks how that's possible on a salary like yours. You tell him you just never started. He says that's not practical, that credit builds credit, that rewards are real, that everyone uses them. You tell him you understand. You do not tell him about the $112,000. You are 41, net worth $198,000. The house has equity. The portfolio is compounding. The car is paid off and has been for years. Nothing you own owns a piece of your future income. No minimum payment sits at the table before you arrive. Every raise you have ever received went entirely to you, not partially to a balance you were slowly drowning. You are 45. You do the math one evening. You estimate you have avoided roughly $31,000 in interest payments across your adult life. Credit card interest, car loan interest, the small fees and charges that arrive quietly and leave without announcement. $31,000 you never paid because you never borrowed. $31,000 that stayed in your account and compounded instead of disappearing into someone else's. You are 50, net worth $387,000. Your coworker, same salary, same city, same market, same years, has roughly $201,000. The gap is not luck. The gap is not income. The gap is $31,000 in interest never paid, compounded across 25 years, plus the savings rate that was always slightly higher because no balance was ever quietly bleeding it. You are 55. The work is becoming optional before it becomes impossible. Not retirement yet, but the number behind you is large enough now that a bad year at work is a story you tell later, not a crisis you survive in real time. You are 21 again in the memory of it. The credit card offer is open on your laptop. 0% intro, APR, cash back on everything. Points that turn into flights. You close the tab, not because you're afraid, not because you can't handle it, because you already know what the money feels like when it leaves your hand directly. And you know that feeling, that small, uncomfortable friction, is the only thing standing between you and the version of yourself who spends money that doesn't exist yet for the rest of your life. You close the tab, you make the transfer instead. The machine opens every morning. It has never once asked how you paid for anything.